Good evening, my Dharma brothers and sisters. Here we are again. I'm so happy to be back again. So there are so many things to share about. But I don't know where to start with. Maybe a little bit of a joke first, okay? During the flight, coming back here, it was a straight flight, 5 hours. And somehow, I don't know which one that did it, but every 5 to 10 minutes, there is a bad smell. Every 5 to 10 minutes, there's one. Could have been the young man. He's about 3-4 years old, sitting next to me. But it was very interesting because of I took that as an object of meditation. Luckily that I didn't have much aversion to it. I don't say that I completely, be free of that smelling, but to me it was tolerable. And this incident took me back to years ago that I went to the Far East for study meditation. Went to a huge monastery. The least monks and nuns and yogis there was 850, and the most is like almost 1,200. So it was a huge monastery. And the funny thing is that in their culture, farting is very common. So in the monk monastery, every day is approximately about 400. Very quiet. The only sound that you hear is so you know it. And actually the monk encouraged me, do it naturally, do it once so you don't have to be ashamed about it anymore. And so one day I did. It was true, yes. And they took that tradition to America too. I went to one in West Virginia, walking along with the monks, talking, and they are bombing away in a nice and easy way. There's no, so it's kind of really. If you have never encountered such a thing like that before, you're gonna say, yes. It was fun. It was really fun, and I was shocked at first, but then as I live for a while, I get used to it, so it was okay. It was so quiet. 400 monks in one monastery, sitting meditation, and all you hear is So, that's what the part. And there was one time, if I knew that there is a big monk that coming by or live by close to where I am, I'm not gonna leave that opportunity. So I went for a Dharma interview. He was sitting up here. I was down here. Bhante, blah 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 blah, Buddha, blah 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 blah, Dharma, blah blah blah. I tried to hold my breath. I tried to hold my laughing. But Bhante, blah 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 blah. The Sangha said that the karma. I could not. I kept my busting. I kept my bust laughing, but I, and then I kept going on. But at the final, I want a bless from him. So I told him, please touch my head. And he looked at me like this, like he said, I have given you two, now you want a third one? So, that was my experience with releasing gas. And now for the serious stuff. Do you mind if I go into a little bit sensitive arena like death? Is it okay? I know it's very sensitive and most people don't like it. But we all gonna have to face it one way or another, or sooner or later. And I try to relate that with my accident. Welcome. Please have a seat. When I was maybe 14 or 15, and I encountered the first one. My next neighbor, who has a sister that getting really sick, and he took his sister to every hospital available in Saigon at that time, and I was with him. I was with them. Every hospital that I went, the doctor shook their head. No, go home. So they went home. On the way home, she was cursing, all kind of bad language. I remember vividly that when we took her home, he said to his sister, don't worry, just go in peace. I will take care of everything, even with your daughter. And she passed away about 2 days later. That's one. The second one is my friend, my close friend. He was a very, I would say a notable man because of the way he treated people, the way he educated his children. Very kind of religious man too. But in his final moment, as his daughter reported to me, he was screaming, yelling, cussing out, and I could not imagine that a person like that conducted a life like that, and at the final moment, he was doing such a thing like that. I never thought because of the way he conducted his life, he could have died, in peace and in control and such a thing like that. But no, did not. It's opposite. And one time that I went back home in Vietnam, I saw a girl in her 20s. She was a little bit mentally retarded, so she was speaking of nonsense. Even invite, male monk to go sleep with her. She kept saying that, but I don't think that she meant that so. I took that story into this sharing because of now, this is mine. When it happened, I did not recall anything at all. Until that my friend said, okay, you were this, blah, 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 blah. But I still can't, I think that my short memory that died out or something that I cannot recall. But one thing is that during the medical personnel transport, they tried to move me to the hospital. Guess what? I was a lunatic. I did all kind of jokes. I told him, as I remember, they was, the transport, the medical personnel, they transport me, they was deadly serious because of, a patient in their hand. It's not a joke, it's a matter of life and death. So they was really serious. And here, I was telling jokes. It's about 2 days that I regained almost full consciousness. And okay, I'm gonna state for the record that this is only from my experience. Everybody's experience is gonna be different, so this is only me. When a mind in the rawest state, there's no controlling at all whatsoever, then your own personality manifests. As of right now, we have some more or less controlling your mind. So you are calm, you are in peace, such a thing like that. But as my experience that the accident, there is no controlling. The mind goes freely. And it said whatever it wants to say. It does whatever it wants to do. And this one shows that your true personality. And because there's no controlling, so you are still responding to the external stimuli. But you don't know, because of my friend, as my friend told me, do you know that you did this? I did not recall. And So when there is no control and there is no mindfulness, there is nothing which is saying about I say the moral, the shamelessness, or the shameless. When there's no such when there are mental factors like that disappear, then your whole being shows up. And it happened that I was telling jokes instead of screaming, yelling because of the breaking the ribs, 3 ribs. The shoulder bones broke. I was in pain, and I was telling jokes, and that's kind of weird. So it shows off when there's nothing controlling, and in the dying process, still the same. When one is in the deathbed and there's no more controlling of the mind, then this is how your true personality shows. And this is how that the next life is gonna be based on the quality of that exposed. You're not hiding your own face anymore. So this takes you to the next life according to the Buddhist scriptures. So it's kind of very valuable experience. I hope that you don't get that. But to me, it's so valuable. So valuable that I contact with terminal illness. I contact with people who live in the mental institution because I love seeing how the mind works. So I go into such a thing and to study them. And this is my own experience. So when I share this, you might have a glimpse on it, but you have to experience it in order to know what it is exactly. And I hope that you know. Yes. So especially with the appreciation that I spoke before, when we are not in a critical condition, we don't appreciate what we have. But once you're in intensive care unit where that they hook on all kind of wires on you, and then you value that before, I was healthy, I was okay, there wasn't anything happening to me, but I did not appreciate that. Now I'm in CPC. The monitor, they kept taking my pulse every 5 minutes or so, and I think back, holy cow! I was the whole time that before it happened, I was in peace. I was everything that a sick patient could ask for. But I did not appreciate that. Just like that, we all sitting here. There's nothing happening right now. And we should treasure such a moment. It's every moment that is not that you are calm and peace. Take that, treasure that. We don't know what happened next. That is the thing, because I never thought that I could be like this. Yes, never thought of it. A moment before it was fine, but the next moment, bam. Everything. So it taught me the word of impermanence too, because I kept telling you all about impermanence. But now I really bet into impermanence. Yes. So the mishap happened, but meanwhile that I gained a lot of wisdom from that. And of course that whatever you do, just take the word impermanence with you. And in such a case, if anything happen, you don't get so distraught, because of when it happened, when I regained the consciousness. I'll remember that I did not pass out anything. I was conscious all the way, but I did not remember anything. I was conscious all the way. Did not just the memory didn't recall that. Yeah. So impermanence. Take it deep into you, and when it happened, it didn't give you as shock, because of I was saying when I regained my consciousness, I say, why did it happen to me? Yes. Start blaming. You know that it's everything happens for a reason. It cannot be. And I remember again when I was young, 5th grade, I was really bad. I was a how do I say this one? Clever in mischievous way. I have a friend. He is a small boy, but he was rich. So anything that I can make money on him, I would do it. Just like that, he smeared ink on my shirt. Okay, give me money. And then one day that he banged into me, and I told him that, okay, you broke my arm, money. And I remember vividly that I told him, now see that I could not raise my hand. And now actually this is far I can go. Yes. 5th grade, so it was like a 48 years ago. No, 45 years ago. So it's still there, but I'm paying for it right now. So everything happened, without a cost. So keep that in mind. So please share with me what you have been doing, what's on your mind, and how's your practice, such a thing like that. Yes, please.
We're glad to see you back.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm happy to be back too. I kept thinking about you all here. It's just that, like I said, that you have much better choice than you come here. But being here is, I guess, the best thing to do because of it doesn't show right away. But every moment that you are mindful, you cultivate and you transform not only for yourself, but for every being in the world, visible and invisible too. See, she's agree with me, so. Fun. Yes, yes. So just keep doing it. Yes. And sometimes that your friend don't know what you do, but the invisible being knows that what you do. So, yes. Please.
How much pain did you have?
I guess that I'm a person that tolerate pains good. So they subscribe me pain medication with opium in it. I didn't take it. And the only thing that I took is 2 ibuprofen, and that's it. Yes. And believe me that I have to sleep sitting for like a week. Because every time I lay down, I cannot get up. I cannot. Yes. Yes.
Did you break your shoulder or tear it?
Broke
Or
it.
the collarbone?
Yes. Yeah, the cervical bone right here, broken in half. Yes. Yeah, I'm thankful for that too, because I paid for the boy that I make money on him. Yeah. So it was and I was really lunatic that I kept, when a nurse come by to check on me or a doctor come by check on me, I kept telling jokes on them. Yeah. It's, like as those that it wasn't anything serious or something. I guess one thing is that maybe I wanted to go home so bad that I have to show them that I'm well, I'm alive. So, yes. But it's it was really painful. I'm telling you that. Yes, yes.
Did you fall off a ladder?
Yes, yes, I did. And the thing is that I fell before, and it was 15 feet straight down. and it was it was okay. And this time, the 7-foot ladder. So I stand on the fourth step, so which is only like 5 feet above the ground. And I fell down, but somehow that fell. Some reason that broke my ribs, and this. It's only 5 feet. It's not that tall. It's a little bit taller than this table. That's it. But why? Don't know. Maybe it's time. It's time, and that's why. 15 feet is about like the ceiling going down,
Right.
and I was okay. Yet before, but now a little bit taller than the table right there. I fell down and it did. We don't know. We actually don't know. But I learned I don't blame on what's happening. Because of the ribs and the shoulder bone that gave me so much experience of of what I wanted to know. Yes. But I truly hope that you don't have to experience this. Yeah.
Were you outside or inside?
Outside. Yes.
Concrete?
The grass ground. Yes. Please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, how much could you not remember? What period of time could you not remember?
As of right now, the only thing that I remember is that when I fell, my lung collapsed. So I couldn't breathe. And then for how long, I don't know. That my first gap, I remember, that's it. Yep.
And I was wondering, your lunatic behavior, if you thought that was because of the pain maybe, or the shock, or being dehydrated, or did you possibly hit your head any?
It could happen. It could have been because of in medical research they say that when you are above the threatened level of pain, and then the brain automatically secretes some kind of endorphin. Endorphin to cope with that pain. So it could happen that too. Yes, but there is no control and there's no mindfulness. There's no, because of I interviewed a couple of monks who in accident, and senior monks. They were all the same situation as I was, that they could not be mindful. So there's something in association with the brain and the mindfulness and the pain, and how the brain works in order to relieve that pain, such a thing.
Do you think it goes back to primal? The primal self?
Right. The primal self, when there's nothing that conceals, transparency. Okay, this is you, really you, because of right now, when we are mindful, then we might cover our face with something else, and now it's all transparent. So, and this is really your personality instead. Yes. So, it's okay. Yeah, I never thought that I could be that lunatic. Yes. I thought that I might be screaming, yelling, and doing things like all others that in pain, such a thing. Oh, try to knock me out. I cannot take it anymore. Such a thing like that. No. Yeah. When the doctors came by the room and they were evaluated, about 5 doctors evaluate my situation. I said, come on in, please. Have a talk with me. Don't talk yourself out. Yes. And they all looked at me and they laughed. So it was something about, yes. I was lucky that I didn't scream, I didn't yell, I didn't curse out for anything. Yes.
Part of it is part of being vulnerable, because you're put into a situation that you don't want to be in.
That's right.
Right? And you're fighting it the whole way.
It could happen, you know. I don't rule out any possibility at all. Yes. But even the nurse that she kept laughing at me. So it was quite an experience, and remember that I did not put on a show on that. I did not. No. Yeah.
Did you, with a collapsed lung and broken ribs, did you find it hard to concentrate on breathing or even to breathe? I've never had such a thing.
Oh boy, now I just know the pain, and it's just pain, especially when you cough. Oh boy, it's killing you.
Or laugh.
It's terrible. First time that I have to have someone help me, turn me to the side a little bit because of you laying in one position for so long that you get so aching. Yes. Yes.
Were you in a bed where they could
Move up and down.
elevate the bed
Yes.
and move it around so they could do that?
Yes. I was in a luxurious bed.
Great.
Yes, luxurious bed.
Are you aware during the whole process?
Nope. Not quite. And that's why it's showing, it is showing your true face. You're not hiding anything. You're not concealing your bad personality. You try to show your good personality. No, because of there's no mindfulness. There's no awareness. You just expose yourself as you are, and that's what it is.
So after you were stabilized, did you try to use the pain as an object of your meditation?
I couldn't recall that one.
Oh, really?
Yes. My friend, he kept telling me, try to be mindful, but somehow I cannot concentrate on that one. That it just bare exposed.
The whole time you were in there?
Almost
Never
the
got
whole
better
time.
until you got
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't do such a funny thing on myself. Yeah.
So did you meditate before that?
That I was questioning about that too, but during some critical moment, such a thing like that, I guess that the physical pain was above, way above the normal mental processing, and there's no controlling of the mind anymore. And now the pain that controls the mind, not the mind that controls the pain. So it's the opposite. And when the pain that controls the mind, you don't have much choices. Because I interviewed Bhante Gurunaratana and I follow the Dalai Lama's operation, and they said the same thing. There's no mindfulness, there's no awareness in such a situation.
I had that experience if I meditate, concentrate very well, like the leg pain, the concentration can overtake that.
Yeah, but
But once like when the time like the alarm wake, so when I get up, then I find this pain. So it looks like that concentration, when you concentrate well, it can overtake, it can make you forget the pain.
right. But your pain is your
If
pain.
we can extend that.
No.
My Dharma teacher said, we need to be mindfulness every
Yes,
moment.
of course.
If we can be every moment, like a Buddha is on the
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
samadhi all the time.
Yeah.
So pretty much for him, even though he can maybe physically car or whatever, but his mind not pain.
Your pain is not a critical one. Your pain is not a matter of death, alive and death. No, it's not. Then you can be mindful. But now it's a matter of a life or death. Then it's a different situation. And I have talked to a few masters of meditation. When they are in an accident, they totally forget what it is, what mindfulness is, what Buddha nature is. Right at that moment, you just raw, naked, expose your mind. That's it. There's no controlling.
So I thought that he talked about person.
No.
I remember the patriarch, the second patriarch after Bodhidharma, and there's some other people like curse, tell the emperor that he's the devil, and then the emperor says, "Are you the devil?" He said, "Yes." And he can avoid that because Bodhidharma told me he owned someone's life in the past, like he killed someone. So this life, someone will kill him, but in order to pass the Dharma, he doesn't have to take that Dharma of karma. He can avoid that, but he didn't avoid because he already passed the Dharma to the third patriarch. So he said, yes, I'm there. So, yeah, and then his hair was cut. But when before he was executed, he said, he speak a poem. He said, well, if you cut your my head, it's just.
Are you talking about the second patriarch?
Yeah,
Second patriarch.
Yeah. And then when cut it, there's no blood.
No.
Actually, his body already pure positive, so it's white liquid. There's no blood. And then the emperor immediately knows he killed a saint. So then he doesn't have a pain. He just so natural. He said he cut his.
No. That is a wrong concept. Wrong concept. Because of even Buddha that He got enlightened, he became a Buddha, he still feel pain. It's supposed to be like that. If you say that you get enlightened and you don't have any pain, then that is the wrong concept. You're supposed to. You're not gonna turn yourself into a rock that you don't have any feeling. No, that's wrong. We have to look at it, re-evaluate that story, because of the second patriarch story. I knew that one too, but the thing is that quite often the people misconcept that when you get enlightened, you're immortal. No.
He has many levels enlightened, like the first one to 10.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Even the Buddha, he still feel pains. Even the Buddha, it's very, very down to earth that enlightenment is one thing, but enlightenment doesn't turn the body into immortal. No. That's why that he died, because of diarrhea. Yeah. So there's no such a thing that you get enlightenment and then you live forever, or by your body don't feel. No, not.
Not live forever. It's just like they can less affect by the environment.
No, yes. Well, you get enlightened and you pay for your karma. You still have to pay for your karma, of course, like that. But don't think that when you get enlightened or any level of enlightenment that then your body don't feel any pain. That's not right. Except that you go into samadhi. But after that you get out of samadhi and then you feel pain again.
But is that Buddha is in samadhi all the time?
No. There are so many kind of samadhis. So many kinds of samadhi that if you're totally aware 100%, that is one kind of samadhi. And if you enter a samadhi which is like a rock, yes, there are such a samadhi like that too. I used to live with a person that a monk, that the last time that he went to a samadhi, which is 4 days, he went to samadhi 4 days completely. And he shared with me the experience that don't know anything, just like a rock. That is the kind of samadhi too. There are so many kind of samadhis. Yeah, it's not a samadhi that the Buddha, his samadhi is different. Be aware 100%. That is the kind of samadhi. And then you enter a samadhi of a rock that you shut down 6 senses. You shut down completely 6 senses, and then you are like a rock. You don't feel anything.
If the arahant is like that kind of samadhi?
Arahant, no. They avoid that kind of samadhi. They avoid because of it doesn't. That kind of samadhi doesn't give rise to wisdom, and the wisdom is the one that liberates yourself, the one that free yourself from everything. Yeah, because I went to the school of samadhi that they taught that kind of samadhi too. I went to that school too. Yeah, you shut down. It's very easy that. Okay, right now your 6 senses are open. Your 6 senses are still alive. But when you sleep, you close down 5 senses. The only sense that left is that your mind. See that? Remember that?
You still have 6 senses.
No. Now, when you sleep, your 5 senses, your body, you don't feel the contact between your body and your bed anymore. You don't see anymore. You don't hear anymore. You don't taste anymore. You don't breathe anymore. That 5 senses, you close that already. And the only sense that left is that your mind, which is freely, that just like that you dream.
Is still alive.
Yeah. So now the 6th sense, you close down that 6th sense too. You close down the mind too. Then you enter the rock samadhi. Yep. I said.
How about the 7 cents.
No, there's no 7 cents. I'll pay money to buy that 7 cents.
So 7 cents is attached to ego.
No. That
And then 8 cents.
no. You're talking Abhidharma. You're talking Abhidharma culture. You're talking about that one. But it. It's okay. The 7 cents, the Dharma. Dharma is almost like the third sense, which is perception. It works almost like that. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm glad that you weren't hurt any worse, and I'm glad you're back, and you seem quite well.
Oh, well, I'm acting well, but inside I'm not well. still that perhaps this is the first time that I said since my injury. You know why? Because of the power of the Sangha that inspired me to. Yes.
Master, what do you think about people intoxicated? They have an experience like
Yes, of course. Yes. The LSD stuff, the LSD, right?
Or alcohol.
Yes, because of such a thing that the substance that controls your brain and that create an illusion. You get hallucinated, and then you feel happy, but actually there's no need to such a thing like that, because when you enter samadhi, in some certain state of samadhi, that can create happiness too. So there's no such a thing that there's no need to. LSD, is that?
LSD.
LSD, yes. Such a thing that can control your mind. Yeah, and such a thing, normal thing like taking coffee, drinking coffee, and tea, even tea. Hindus, they are so clean about such a thing like that. They don't allow even drinking tea, because for a cup, you control the tea, but for 10, 20 cups, maybe tea that control you. Same thing like that. Yeah. So, yes.
I heard another story. It's the Sakyamuni Buddha. In his previous life, he tried to practice the endurance, like even people hit him and he could.
Oh, that it just to
like the king
to file down your self ego. That's all. Endurance, perseverance.
He has one story, like he in one of his previous life, he meditated in the mountain, and then the king bring a lot of his wife, and then the queen look at him, oh, what was that? And then the king come and he get angry because his wife.
Yeah.
And then he, actually another story is like the king tried to hunt him, and a deer or whatever, and then when met the Buddha, and then asked him where's the deer, and the Buddha didn't tell him. He said, if you don't tell me, I'm going to cut you piece by piece.
Oh, there.
And then the Buddha still didn't, and he told the king, he said, because I don't have hatred anymore. I don't have that. So even you cut me, I don't feel pain. And then
Oh, no.
go back.
No.
It can go back, and he did. The king cut him, and immediately his body restored. Because he said he doesn't have a hatred.
I can tell you later. I can explain that later. But maybe that. May the divine above, may the Deva protected you by the virtuous power of the Buddha, by the virtuous power of the Dharma, by the virtuous power of the Sangha, may you attain full liberation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So happy to see you all back.
Can you still breathe okay, or is that?
Yes. I can take the full air.